Hello, I hope you're all doing well. I'm MoonFauna, and I got myself into a bit of a pickle with moving my Sims to another drive, and it has been many a moon since I recorded this video. Since I didn't have access to my Sims, I didn't want to post it without being able to answer any CC questions, or without having them on the gallery, but we're all fixed now. However, you might notice some features are missing from cast, and that's just because it's from a time before those features. Quick shout out to 𝗙𝗵𝗻 on YouTube and their Patreon for helping me with my game file dilemmas. Not sponsored, just really glad to be able to create and play again. Now, if you watched the previous Monster High video, you'll know we spun the wheel at the end to see who we would be making today. This is the third video in the Monster High series, so if you missed the previous ones, I'll link them in the video in case you're interested in 𝗙𝗵𝗻 or the Beetlejuice Monster High characters. With all that out of the way, let's talk about the freaky, fabulous Clawdeen Wolf herself and everything you need to know about Generation 1. Her appearance is described as a tall werewolf with golden yellow eyes and long wavy brown hair with coral brown streaks. She has sharp fangs, ears on top of her head with golden hoops, and her makeup consists of purple eyeshadow with magenta lipstick. She was born on April 30th, making her a Taurus. She's the daughter of the werewolf and is originally from Brooklyn, New York. She is a fashion designer who runs her own vlogging channel and even had her own fashion show in 𝗙𝗶𝗻𝗱, France, all while working part-time at the Coffin Bean. Her personality is described as confident, energetic, and fierce, of course. She's exceedingly loyal and quick to anger when her friends are threatened. She is also extremely athletic: soccer, track and field, baseball, fear leading, and she's on the Scream team, Monster High's ultimate roller maze team. However, she also has numerous monstrous abilities: enhanced senses of smell, hearing, strength, speed, and hair growth. Plus, she can sometimes turn into a full wolf. All those abilities are amplified during the full moon. She has quite a few siblings, and a number of exactly how many tends to fluctuate. The most notable of her siblings are Claudia, Claude, and Howleen. Fun fact, Clawdeen was originally going to be named Howleen by Mattel, trademarking the name in 2007, but was changed in 2008 when Mattel requested a new trademark for Clawdeen. As of 2024, the Monster High comic featured G1 Clawdeen dating 𝗙𝗏. I like the ship, but I would have preferred it for the G3 characters, since it feels a little out of the blue with G1 𝗙𝗏 and Clawdeen's history, and the lack of character development from 𝗙𝗏. If anything, I would have loved to see G1 Clawdeen as Ace Rep, but if Mattel gives us more lore that builds on her and 𝗙𝗏 as enemies to lovers, I'll eat it up. Clawdeen's typical attire consists of black and purples with tiger stripes or cheetah accents. Do we think someone on the Monster High team looked at Clawdeen's outfits and decided to ship her with 𝗙𝗏? Honestly though, I would have been 100% into her dating any of the other werecats, even if in my head I always saw her as more of Ace than anything for G1. I just have a hard time seeing Clawdeen, who is so loyal to all her friends and family, date the person who has bullied almost all of them. Mattel, we need more lore and information for the relationship, please and thank you. Now, Evil Sims has an amazing CC set that works so perfectly for Clawdeen. I love the top that has cheetah print in a purple accent on the sleeves and collar. I debated using one of the matching bottoms from the creator, but I didn't want the patterns to be too overwhelming. Of course, CC creator Trillic came through for the win with a purple flared skirt. I'm obsessed with the metal details, and I think it really nails Clawdeen's vibes. For her favorite colors, I ended up giving her purple and black. I know I should have also put yellow because she loves gold, but I completely forgot. For her other likes, I added media production, dancing, singing, fitness, wellness, gossip, pop music, spooky music, discussing hobbies, spirited Sims, nature enthusiasts, and pet enthusiasts. For her traits, loyal was a must, and then self-assured for her aspiration, I gave her Emissary of the Collective. I haven't really played with werewolves, so I wasn't completely sure if she should have this or Wildfang Renegade. Emissary seems like something G3 Clawdeen would 100% have, and when I looked up the tasks for the Wildfangs, I just don't see either G1 or G3 turning others into a werewolf, but rather making friends with them. So the Collective was my overall choice for each, especially since Clawdeen isn't a lone wolf, a cure seeker, and definitely not an initiate since she's already a werewolf. Now, like I said, I haven't played with werewolves, and I certainly have never made a werewolf before in The Sims 4, so making Clawdeen's beast form was a hard learning curve, and G1's form kind of suffers for it. But secret time, I was 100% listening to Taylor Swift when making her, and I think it might have influenced me a little too much. But in my defense, I feel like Clawdeen Wolf, the fashionista herself, would totally dye her wolf coat in the name of style. Okay, let's get into her other outfits. I'm in love with her first formal wear outfit. She's that girl in it. For her second formal wear, hear me out. When will you ever be able to use that base game dress better than this? Athletics is the same for all the other G1 fear leaders. For sleepwear, I was going to use her Dead Tired doll as aspiration, but then I saw Serenity's pants and completely changed my mind. Her party outfit is slayed. It's my favorite of her looks. Swimwear is serving. Hot weather is not my favorite, but you can't win them all. And cold weather is very similar to her everyday, but with a winter twist. Obviously. Classic. Love it. Now for G3. Clawdeen has one of the largest character story changes of all the ghouls. In the Nickelodeon show, she starts as the main protagonist, but she lives and goes to school with humans, completely unaware of her own family ancestry. She never really fit in and was bullied, being called Monster Girl, due to her obsession with researching monsters. When she discovers Monster High and realizes she is half werewolf, she feels like she has finally found home and her true self. While I love Clawdeen finally getting some more star action time, I don't love that she is half werewolf, because werewolves by nature are already half human and half wolf, so it feels convoluted to completely distort the werewolf myth. We could have just started with her mom missing and exploring that mystery, but let me know your thoughts on her character changes. One thing I really love is that they made her Afro-Latina and added some more representation to the universe. Additionally, she's lost all her siblings from G1 except Claude, who she is unaware even exists until she opens a portal looking for her mother. Howleen is a character in the show, but is no longer related to Clawdeen. But on a side note, I love Howleen's design. It might be one of my favorite character redesigns. She's one of the ghouls I am most eager to get to when we spin the wheel. I mean, I'm excited for all of them, but I think she'd be a lot of fun. But back to Clawdeen. G3's birthday is August 30th, making her a Virgo, and I do feel like she embodies the Virgo attributes in G3 show. She's a lot more analytical, overthinks more, but is still fiercely loyal. She's also still athletic with the addition of 𝗙𝗵𝗄 to her list. She is a part of the 𝗙𝗵𝗄 team, fear leading the GWA Club, or Ghoul Wraith Alliance, which is a safe space for queer peers to interact. She's head of the Boo Crew, and by the end of the show, she is the former were leader. Moreover, she still has an enhanced sense of smell, hearing, speed, strength, and hair growth. My favorite part of G3 Clawdeen is that she isn't constantly shaving and waxing like G1, who stated she does so every day. Instead, she has a special hairbrush to help her with hairballs. And I love the normalization of her hair on her and on the dolls. She has hairy legs. It's especially great for kids to see and not feel so pressured to shave their legs while they're still so young before they even understand why society thinks they should. Also, G3 can now shift back and forth between her human and were form due to a special talisman. Without it, she can only transform during the full moon. When in her human form, all her abilities are dampened. Now let's talk more about her appearance shift. For her debut doll, she has long, curly, rose gold hair with purple streaks, golden yellow eyes, yellow glasses, freckles, coral lipstick, and pink nails. Her cartoon design leans heavier on the pink and purple hair for coloring, and after a lot of criticism, her second wave doll is back to mainly brown hair, but with the same purple streaks and changed to her lipstick color being purple. I just saw the first look at 𝗙3's core refresh, and overall for core dolls, meh. If it was another line for them, like a monster mall theme, then it'd be cool, but their makeup is muted and the shoes are awful for a core refresh. Clawdeen's doll now has more purple hair than brown, and didn't give her any edges. For a core doll, she should have edges. I wish they would have kept the Wave 2 lip color, and the jelly shoes, they're not for me. I want to like her outfit, but I feel like it will just fall apart with that type of fur with time. But we won't know until we see them in person. Overall, 𝗙3's features are a lot softer than 𝗙1's. Her hair is lighter, her eyes are softer yellow, and her face is less sharp. Her clothing colors are a lot lighter and brighter like all of 𝗙3's redesigns so far. Lighter purples, lighter greens, and a lot more pink. Her animal companion Crescent has an all-new look as well. Crescent is no longer a cat, but a baby wolf. I'm not currently making the animal companions, but maybe in the future we can make a few of them for the households. I was having a hard time figuring out 𝗙3's everyday look, and I cut a lot of the video because we would have been here forever. My version of 𝗙3 definitely could have matched the show doll a little better, but as you can see, I took some creative liberties. For example, there was no way I was giving her bright coral lipstick because our girl deserves better than that. She also deserves better hair, but since I didn't want to have her with a human set of ears and a wolf set of ears, I used a 𝗙𝗍 ear that almost completely gets rid of the ears, but it leaves behind a kind of strange textured area, so I was trying very hard to find hairs that covered that area, but you'll see later for 2 of the outfits, I gave in, and now her glasses are held up by magic instead of ears. I found this furry top by 𝗙𝗍, and I kept coming back to it until I finally decided to use the accessory version and put a top beneath it. Originally I was going to use the cheetah version of the top, but I really liked the pants having the print and the top having the texture and shape. Then Juice's dual colored sneakers finished the look perfectly for me. Now, I kept her aspiration the same, but I did debate giving her the werewolf initiate to start, since 𝗙3 doesn't technically start as a werewolf, and personally, if I were playing with 𝗙3's storyline, I would probably have her do that, and then once she completes it, give her the emissary of the collective, for her to become the leader of the group, but since technically she's a werewolf and just doesn't realize it, I gave her the emissary of the collective. Let me know what you would have done. Her traits are the same and her likes are the same, except I added jokes, comedy, and family-motivated Sims. Even though she has fewer family members in this gen, her whole storyline is about family. Okay, we remember I'm still new at making werewolf Sims beast forms, but I must say I do think 𝗙3's came out significantly better than 𝗙1's. I obviously need more practice, but I'm not mad at this one. For her formal wear, I based her outfit off of the 2023 Monster Ball doll, but with the hair I wish the doll had. I have this doll, and I love her. For her athletic wear, even though she is on the Fear Squad in the show, she's more passionate about basketball, and I loved making this outfit. I love the sleepwear with the little moons. Party wear is fun, but I wish I would have changed up her hair. Swimwear is way too pink, but I love that the kit had a fun print to use, and I'm so glad I gave her this hair, even if her sunglasses are held up by magic. Hot weather feels like the most 𝗙3 accurate outfit. Cold weather is like Wave 1's overalls, but long. It's not my favorite. I think her athletic outfit is my overall favorite. Between the two of them, I think 𝗙1 is more accurate, but I had more fun making G3's outfit and beast form. Who turned out to be your favorite? If you liked this video, please leave a like, and if you're interested in more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Let's spin the handy dandy wheel and see what character we will be making next. 𝗙𝗶𝗱. She's going to be a difficult sim to make, and I'll have to look for some Cyclops CC. If you have any CC recommendations, please comment them below. Until we meet again, goodbye for now.